Hey YouTube, KiraTwig here, bringing you my Gem Knight deck profile for June 2013. It's been a little while since I played around with Gem Knight, so I thought I'd bring you guys an update to the deck. It seems as though this deck has kind of gotten shadowed compared to other decks, so I'll show you guys what the deck is made of. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm running 3 Gem Knight Garnets, along with 3 Gem Knight Tourmaline. I run 3 sets of each of these because they run well with 2 Rescue Rabbits. It speeds up the deck a little bit. You get the 2 rabbits, you can search out for either one of the pairs of Gem Knights, and you can either Exceed Summon, or if you have the Gem Knight Fusion card, you can go for a Fusion Summon, because that's mostly what the deck is known for, going into a bunch of different Fusion Summons to get over your opponent. I also run 3 Gem Knight Obsidian. This card is really cool because if it was sent from the hand to your graveyard, you can target one level 4 or lower normal monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So if it was sent for a fusion summoning using Gem Knight Fusion, you can use his effect. So along with the fusion summon, you can get a level 4 or lower normal monster from your deck and special summon that as well. So it really helps swarm the field with monsters that you'll need. I'm also running 2 of the newest Gem Knight, Gem Knight Lazuli. He's pretty much like Obsidian, except if he was sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target one normal monster in your graveyard and instead add that target to your hand. So he works pretty much in that way, except with the special summoning like Obsidian, he sends it to the hand. So it just adds for more hand consistency if you need monsters that way. Also run 2 Gem Turtle. This card really helps getting your fusion card, Gem Knight Fusion. Pretty much without that card, the deck is pretty much dead. So he is a flip effect. When he is flipped, you can add 1 Gem Knight Fusion from your deck to your hand. He's got 2,000 defense points, 0 attack points, plus he's also a level 4, so you can also use him for Exceed Summon, so he won't be dead on the field after you flip him up and use his effect. I'm also running 2 Gem Armadillo. Along with being a level 4 monster, when he is normal summon, you can add 1 Gem Knight monster from your deck to your hand. So you can grab whatever you need for the situation. If you need Obsidian, or if you need another Gem Knight monster to Exceed Summon with the Armadillo, whatever the situation calls for. And the biggest problem with the deck is hand consistency, so I'm running 1 Morphing Jar. This really helps just to fill up your hand with cards you need again. And also with Gem Knight Fusion's effect, banishing a Gem Knight monster to get it back to your hand, you can discard Gem Knight monsters from the hand to the graveyard this way, so he really helps with that situation. Plus he's also a rock monster, so he helps when you need to fusion summon for cards like Gem Knight Zirconia. I also run 1 Gorz, just for, late game plays. And also 2 Effect Veiler. Just really helps, because mostly with this deck, it's not the monsters you have a hard time getting around, it's just the effects that destroy your Gem Knight cards. So with Effect Veiler, that really helps with those situations. And that's it for the monsters. We'll move on to spells. The main spell of the deck is Gem Knight Fusion. You gotta run 3 of this card. You pretty much use this to fusion summon any Gem Knight monster. And if this card is in your graveyard, you can banish 1 Gem Knight monster in your graveyard to add it back to your hand. So it really helps getting off multiple plays with this card. That's why you gotta run 3. Also run 1 Mind Control, just for those Exceed summons you want to try and get. 1 Dark Hole, 1 Monster Reborn, just 2 MST, 1 Heavy Storm, and that's it for spells. Besides the Gem Knight Fusions, the spell count is kind of low. But we'll now move on to traps. One of my own tech choices, I'm actually liking this card. It really helps. 1 Magical Hats. Pretty much with this card, you select 2 non-monster cards from your deck and 1 of your monster cards on the field, and then shuffle your deck. So basically you can grab the Gem Knight Fusions that are in your deck, so you can get them, shuffle them with 1 monster on the field, set them face down on the field, and your opponent has to attack those targets during their battle phase. It's good because it protects your monster from being hit. Makes it so your opponent has to hit a few more times on the field before they can hit you directly. And after they attack those cards, it sends the Gem Knight Fusion straight to the graveyard. So you can get them back to your hand using the Gem Knight cards that may already be in your graveyard. Which is why I like running 1 of these. It's really a fun card to use, and it really helps with those situations where you want to get Gem Knight Fusion into your hand quickly. I'm also running 2 Mirror Force, pretty much just to protect the Gem Knights. 2 Compulse. 2 Bottomless, 1 Solemn Judgment, 1 Starlight Road, and 1 Dark Bribe. So that's pretty much it for the main deck. We'll now move on to the extra. I'm running 2 Prism Aura. Probably one of your best Gem Knights. All you have to do is send 1 Gem Knight card from your hand to the graveyard to target 1 face-up card on the field and destroy it. So you could send Fusion and then get Fusion back that way. You can only use the effect once per turn, but it's still a pretty good effect for blowing up 1 face-up card in the field. And he's got 2450 attack points, so it's really good. Plus I use 2 Gem Knight Citrines. His effect is really good when you're going for attacks, because while he's attacking, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects until the end of the damage step, so that really puts them in a tight spot. I'm also running 2 Gem Knight Zirconia. This card only requires 1 Gem Knight monster and 1 rock monster, so with the deck including Armadillo, Turtle, Morphing Jar, really easy to get this card out, plus with 2900 attack points, it's a really heavy hitter. And also 1 Gem Knight Master Diamond. Just for those late situations, he requires 3 Gem Knight monsters, so he's kind of difficult to get out, but once you get him out, he is pretty hard to get over. And with the Starlight Road, 1 Stardust Dragon. And for Exceeds, we run 1 Gem Knight Pearl, 1 number 50, 1 number 39, 1 Lava Vow Chain, and 1 Digestro Emerald. Probably the 2 best Exceeds in the deck. They really help construct this deck to its top. 1 Maestro, and 1 Papla Operative. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck. I'm going to continue to experiment a lot with this deck. It is a lot of fun. I definitely recommend trying it out. So many plays you can do with it, so you never really get bored of this deck. And that's it for the deck profile. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and Kira Twig out.